Well, ladies and gentlemen, we must continue the action, and we come to you from Copenhagen. Time to meet the players from Lithuania. Lucky D, Darius Labanauskas.
Relax. Take your time.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, from Wales, time to meet the Ferret. Go, Johnny Clayton!
The Welsh number one is safely through to the final day of the Danish Darts Open here in Copenhagen. Can the Welsh number two join him? The injured Iceman, Gerwyn Price, saw off one of the top mainland Europe talents in yellow class, and it is the number one from Lithuania that stands before the Ferret right now. Johnny Clayton, the Austrian Darts Open champion from earlier on this year, looking to ferret his way into the final day here in Copenhagen. First time he's been to Denmark, the Ferret. He did represent Wales in his BDO days at the Europe Cup and such like. But this is a new experience for him. Will it be a good experience as he takes on Lucky D, Darius Labanauskas, who managed to come through against Richard North yesterday. It went all the way to an 11th and deciding leg. So many games yesterday did. But a low 90s average, it was solid from Labanauskas, without being the real top level stuff that we know he's capable of.
Looks like it's Johnny to throw first. Game on.
But it is the Ferret will throw first. Chris Murphy joins me, Dan Dawson, in the commentary box for it.
Yeah, Johnny Clayton has shown on a handful of occasions this year the kind of stuff that he can produce, and it resulted in that Austrian Darts Open triumph on the Euro Tour. He's capable, isn't he, especially in these first to six matches, the most common length of match on the PDC circuit, of chucking in some quite incredible performances. Now, we've seen 106 average from Joe Cullen today, and Clayton's averaged 111 against Michael van Gerwen this year.
Yeah, pretty special stuff, that, from the Ferret.
And that, we spoke about this a little bit yesterday, how the prize money attached to one event is what you win, the check that you get for winning that event, but how much it actually turns into. Well, that win in Austria, paired with some of the performances obviously had on the Pro Tour as well.
140.
I've seen Johnny Clayton, I mean, that effectively worth about £100,000 to him.
Well, potentially, yeah. I mean, 25 grand for winning it. Getting to the match play, you're looking at a good, what is it, 7 grand first round prize money? Minimum, with the opportunity for a lot more. It will definitely get him to the European Championship, where, again, you're looking at another 5 grand.
Yep, it will be a debut at the World Match Play for Johnny Clayton this year. Already looking very handily placed. A dozen darts thrown in this leg, and he's left himself.
Вирусная угроза была обнаружена.
And I don't think you can underestimate how quickly he has made this rise, Johnny Clayton. He turned up in 2015 at PDC Darts.
20. Darius Labanauskas, 147.
He's made up a lot of ground in a very short space of time.
Labanauskas is making ground up on Clayton here. Oh, that wasn't very far away.
131.
Far enough, though, to allow Clayton 3 further darts at double.
It's hard, isn't it? Wrong side of it, Johnny.
No.
Well, threw those darts very quickly. Guess he could see more of it than we thought he could.
Shot the first leg. Darius
Labanauskas could see all of that.
Second leg is Darius to throw first.
Takes the lead when it looked like the ferret was cruising to the first line. He can't believe it got away. Number 8 seed, so he's in the same quarter of the draw as Michael van Gerwen, and the chance to see them play again is on the cards, but the winner of this one would face Ian White or Steve West. Be an interesting match to finish off today's proceedings.
Yeah, tricky one to call, that one, I think. Steve West, certainly one of the more dangerous unseeded players, you would think. Although the standout tie, once again, it always seems the case. The ferret puts in a maximum. Adrian Lewis, I mean, it was a standout tie yesterday. All right, it didn't quite deliver when he took on Ted Evitts, the Development Tour Order of Merit leader. But Adrian Lewis versus Michael Smith, what a match that is. Absolutely unreal second round game.
Well, he had to beat 4 consecutive major champions to reach the final in Gibraltar a couple of weekends ago.
140.
So yeah, that one should be a real darting treat here in Denmark.
Well, look, I mean, Adrian Lewis has obviously found himself in a position where he isn't seeded for these. He's having to work his way back up the world rankings. But it's kind of like, it's like one of the Rocky sequels, isn't it? It's like a guy who was the big name having to battle his way back up. And it's brilliant to watch because he's still, I mean, obviously still got the talent, Adrian Lewis. 86. But he's finding himself in positions where he's having to do things the hard way, and he's doing them. It's great to watch.
Once again, after 12 darts thrown, Johnny Clayton is handily placed. Last time, he made a right old mess of it. This time, he cleans it up and levels up.
The leg is Johnny to throw first. Game on. $100.
Darius obviously
81.
Lithuanian flag's colours as the 3 stems of his darts, but then he's kind of spoilt the whole thing by having these sort of weird violet coloured flights which don't go with any of the colours.
60.
Are you having this as a combination for the stems and flights, Murph?
Let's have a closer look.
I mean, that's not that bad, but that's a hideous combination, as is that.
100.
I mean, for me, you should probably, that sort of stuff, you should lose. You should have to start from 601.
I think I've purchased shirts.
180.
Displaying all of those colours.
Yeah, actually, I don't know why I've tried to bring you in as some sort of expert on aesthetics.
60. Johnny Require 160.
180 from Clayton leaves him 161. It looks like it's going to continue the trend of throwing 12 darts and being very handily placed.
Quite as handily placed as he would have liked, but it's still significantly better than where Darius is right now.
140. Johnny Require 72.
Level 16. Another one of those for double top.
32. Darius Require 120.
Doesn't like it. Why not?
80.
It was almost a craftily constructed checkout from Darius Labanauskas. But it's Clayton
Johnny Clayton.
who takes the leg and takes the lead.
Game on.
Well, not much in this one right now. First time these two have met. Obviously, Darius hasn't been knocking around the PDC circuit for very long. I mean, he's dominating in the Nordic and Baltic League.
100.
But he's doing those ones. He's playing some Euro Tour stuff. He's still doing the WDF system. Won things like the Lithuania Open already this year.
108.
And you can see how, because he's a quality player. I mean, you know, he's been around for ages. Seen him at Lakeside, made the quarterfinals a year back.
100.
Final of the Europe Cup, quarterfinals of the World Trophy twice, including this year. I do wonder if he just had that regular competitive action, if he did play the whole tour, for example, if he made the switch over, how good could he get? Could he do a Mensur?
It'll be interesting to
140.
see with a few of these players who don't really treat it as a full-time pursuit. Now, treble 19. Give him a dart at the bullseye. He's got that. Yes, it is in. And so is that.
Oh, perfect. You can get the little sign. I like that, Darius. Touch of the rand about that.
The greatest showman.
180.
And now the Ferrets getting in on the act.
Yeah, third maximum from the Ferret.
Johnny Clayton was beaten in the last 16 of the last Players' Championship event by Simon Whitnell. That brought to an end a run of 4 consecutive quarterfinals.
Oh,
and that dart brought a run of perfect darts to an end, 5 of them. But yeah, it's showing that Johnny Clayton he had those couple of wins, one towards the back end of last year, the run to the Players' Championship final. He had a win on the European Tour and won a final on the Pro Tour this year. And in interviews with yourself, Dan, he bemoaned consistency. Well, he's starting to find that now, isn't he?
He is. It is a strange one with the Ferret, though, because you're seeing him go on runs into tournaments, and yet, you know, over the last few months, he's been one of the most consistent performers. And yet, he's only just in the top 30 for the averages on the Players' Championship Series.
But has reached at least the quarter-final in 8 out of his last 10 events.
Yeah, mad, isn't it? Ooh, they're well-thrown darts, and they're just inside. Darius has already pinned the bullseye for one finish. Very similar one, this.
Well, he won't mind that.
He'll mind that.
65. And you require 8.
Double 4 for the Ferret.
On the 5th there, Johnny Clayton. 6 leg is Darius to throw first. Game on.
Just a very resourceful player, Johnny Clayton, isn't he? In that victory he had against Michael van Gerwen on the Pro Tour, I mean, he produced 3 consecutive huge checkouts.
41.
It's not completely relentless. Yeah, he has got that particular match in his locker to produce a massive average on occasion.
140.
He has got the ability to produce a big finish when he needs it, a big leg when he really needs it in a match, when he's not been playing at his best.
Yeah, 111 average, so Michael van Gerwen's 103.5. And Johnny Clayton took out checkouts of 144, 161, 82.
100.
I mean, it was just relentless, and then he won it with 116.
Yeah, with Van Gerwen breathing down his neck towards the end of the tie.
58.
But He just has a very uncomplicated approach to the game, Johnny Clayton. Jamie Lewis, his fellow Welshman, describes him as just the ultimate pub player.
Well, he's another one. You speak about Labanauskas not being full-time. Johnny Clayton still works.
Yeah, he's still a plasterer for the local council in
He has, since that Austrian Darts Open win, cut down his hours. I think he might have an extra day off or an extra couple of days off a week to focus on the darts.
58.
Well, he needs it because he's qualifying for so much. That's the thing. I mean, he's number 8 seed here. And this is why. He's going for it.
96.
Why not? Oh, that's why not.
Yeah, because Darius is only halfway down from 501. Murph.
Well, he's making progress here, and Clayton might think, why did I do that? Why did you do it, Johnny? There's only 2 darts at double. He's backed himself to hits. He hasn't hit.
Darius 68.
He was buried in this leg. But he's nicked it, and a big puff of the cheeks, a relieved sigh from the Lithuanian.
Well, the ferret dug his own hole there. You called it at the time, Dan.
Well, it's the danger, isn't it? I mean, I didn't even think he'd look at the 11 segments anyway. I thought he'd look at the 15s or maybe even go for the 25.
Well, I think if you do that, you take away the temptation of going for the bullseye, don't you?
131.
You see it on players when they're on 161 or something, when they'll go for the treble 17, hit it,
and then think, oh, now that I'm here,
140.
I suppose I could.
$135.
It is 4 maximums for the ferret. Darius could fire in a third here, but he won't.
140.
Well, that's a decent effort.
It is. Double 16.
Yes, on the 7th leg, Johnny Clayton.
Someone just settle him down because
Darius to throw first.
On a run of missed doubles there. And we have seen that side of Clayton's game on occasion too. We're lucky enough to have live stream darts now from the floor events, and Johnny Clayton has been a regular fixture on the live stream matches, and there are a few matches where Johnny Clayton just does not see him able to hit a double for a dozen throws or so at them. They'll have been happy to end
137.
This is a very decent game. Look at the numbers there.
Yeah, well, the first 9 is fantastic, world class from Johnny Clayton. The overall average is world class from Johnny Clayton, but the overall average from Darius is really excellent as well. Although he has only been allowed 4 darts at double in this match, Johnny Clayton has missed 14. Like, imagine if Johnny Clayton was finishing at 50%, what would his numbers be? It'd be surpassing Joe Cullen's levels.
Yeah, it was Cullen who hammered Labanauskas in Gibraltar, wasn't it?
92.
But then failed to back it up the following day.
Well, this is really impressive from the ferret. 177. It's the 5th time that he's piled in a big 3 treble visit.
Would you back him to win the leg, Dan, from this position?
I think he's probably going to end up having to go at the bullseye. And I think this time he might in fact hit it, you know.
43.
And he's not left to finish. Let's see if Johnny does it.
88.
Go on then. Go on, Johnny.
The scene is set to see if the ferret is still as daft as a brush.
Well, 21 scored, leaves 67, 17's the target. The bullseye? Ferret! Doesn't let you down.
You can see what's coming, can't you? Labanauskas leaves himself on a double.
145.
And the ferret squanders 2 chances and loses a leg. No need to watch.
Oh, not this time, not this time.
I think it's Johnny to throw first. Game on.
And it is a break of throw as well. And you know what? I'm not sure it was the right way to go. But if you're gonna do something, stay consistent.
Yeah, well,
100.
there are players who will always go for the bullseye when the opportunity arises. The best player in the world is one of them. There are players who will always play it safe. There are players
140.
who will play games when they shouldn't play games, when their opponent is on a checkout, and that can come back to bite as well.
Saw Adrian Lewis do it in a final earlier this year against Michael Smith. And I spoke to Adrian the other day, and he said, I would do it again. How often is Michael Smith going to take out 158 checkout in that situation? Not very often. I would make the same decision again. We will see tonight
93.
if Michael Smith leaves a big checkout and Adrian Lewis has a potential ball finish, whether he makes the same decision.
Yeah, fun and games at the Danish Darts Open.
100.
Johnny Clayton desperately doing his best to hit a 140 to leave a bogey number there. It is magnificent how Johnny the Ferret can be simultaneously world class and simultaneously daft. It's
101.
What did you ask
both.
him?
Oh, I shall do. Johnny, you've averaged over 100 there. You've been brilliant, and you've also been a little bit silly.
40.
Well, he has managed to leave 166.
What's he doing?
Labanauskas has left 167. He's not going to mess about by going for the treble 19 for the bullseye.
131.
He's just going to lay up.
Well, he's been given that opportunity by Clayton not leaving a finish.
$134. 36.
Well, the previous visit was down to poor accuracy rather than poor maths, but
Shot the ninth leg. Darius Labanauskas.
it's allowed Labanauskas a way back into this match because he has the darts to level it up here.
Well, are we going all the way? We went all the way in Labanauskas' clash with Richard North in the opening round. And he put in a fantastic last leg in that game as North just crumbled.
140.
Can Johnny Clayton find a big leg here to stop us going to a decider?
41.
Doesn't look likely. He's 100 behind already. Both men averaging around about the ton mark at the minute. It has been fantastic throughout this game.
9.999. Johnny Clayton slightly more by his opponent, although that may well change.
100.
Well, Labanauskas has only missed one dart at double in this entire match. It has been Johnny Clayton scoring versus Darius Labanauskas' finishing.
58.
Here comes the scoring. Another treble would make it interesting.
140.
Because even a ton here would only leave Labanauskas on 145. We know that Clayton could power in a 140 or better when he returns. But Labanauskas has found two trebles.
A fifth 180 would be perfect for the Ferrets. But he's not going to get that. What is he going to get? Got to stay straight. Does stay straight. Shanghai finish.
111.
Would be his biggest checkout of the game, the Ferret. Will he be allowed?
Might be about which one of these finishers goes.
Might well be. He only just put it in the big 14, but he's only missed one dart at double in the game so far.
71.
Make that two.
The Shanghai shots to win the match. His finishing has not been the best part of his game, and he's not going to get a dart at double this visit anyway. He might not get another visit in the leg, which means there'll be another leg of Labanauskas and peg double 5.
35.
He's getting worse. He's getting further and further away. And that might be that. Labanauskas flawless on the doubles pretty much all the way through the game until this leg right now.
40.
And he's let off.
Danish require 5.
Oh. Comedy darts at the Danish Darts Open. Double 1-1, double 1 to Darius Labanauskas. And this match has been equally brilliant and bonkers.
Johnny to throw first. Game on.
Only way to go.
$100.
Well, it's the first
140.
one of the day that has gone all the way. Had plenty. Last leg shootouts yesterday in round 1. Johnny Clayton
140.
will feel that he could have and perhaps should have wrapped this match up sooner, but Labanauskas will also feel that he deserves this opportunity. And he's making the most of it here.
108.
We've had 7 maximums in this game. 4 of them have gone to the Ferret. Fantastic match this has been. And we're still not certain who's going to walk away as the winner.
Clayton might have to produce a stunning outshot to win this match.
42.
Oh, it's a poor shot.
It is at the wrong time because Clayton probably will have a couple of visits to clean this up.
I was hoping he'd hit the first 2 trebles and then decide to lay up there. Just in a complete departure from what he was doing earlier in the game.
Well, he's left himself perfectly poised. And he will come back looking at double 12 to finally get over the line. Great game of darts.
59.
Had fun.
24.
Had brilliance. Had drama.
12.
And now, Johnny Clayton looking at a cliffhanger here.
80.
Head in hands. The Ferret. He has missed a total of 5 match darts already. And Labanauskas gets 2. And the Lithuanian has knocked Johnny Clayton out of the tournament.
Darius Labanauskas is through to the 3rd round of the Danish Darts Open. Johnny Clayton heads home, the number 8 seed, a winner on the European Tour this year already, but he won't be winning again tomorrow. It's Labanauskas with a shock victory in a crazy game of darts, edging out Johnny Clayton, who squandered 5 chances at double to win it. He heads home. James Wade coming up next against Rusty Jake Rodriguez. 4 more matches in the 2nd round. Stay tuned with us on PDT TV. We've got the likes of Wade, Darren Webster, Simon Whitlock and Stephen Bunting still to come this afternoon.